Hey everybody, Sigma 3 coming at you here again today with another video in the Survival Furniture series. I'm Will, lead instructor here, and today we're going to be showing you how to build a lounge chair. You know, sometimes out in the wilderness a stool just doesn't cut it. Sometimes we need the ability to lay back and relax. It is a fairly simple build using a loom, a few tools, and a fair amount of cordage. This chair is a great addition to anyone's camp or a great discussion piece in your own backyard. So sit back, relax at home while I teach you how to relax in the woods. Enjoy.
When you start a project, first you want to choose two logs that are relative to the size of the lounge chair you want to make. Here I chose two logs that are long enough for me and anyone taller and keeps them roughly a hand's breadth above the earth. Then you will also need to construct a tripod. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, just something tall enough and wide enough to accommodate a person's or multiple persons' upper torso. Nothing fancy is used, just a few wraps and some fraps to produce this tripod. Now I'm bringing in the slat material. You can use anything as long as it's straight, can hold weight, and free of anything that can poke you. Here I'm using river cane. For most of you out there, you'll be using tree limbs, or if you want to put in the work, you can make flat slats. Here our lead primitive skills instructor Josh is constructing a loom. Using the loom to construct the mat for your lounge chair will make life much easier. You want to make your loom about as wide as your mat is going to be and slightly longer so that you have enough cordage left over to tie off with. But make sure you do not make it so long that it becomes unwieldy. This process can be done with one person, but two people will make this easier and faster. Josh is now demonstrating how to use the loom. It is a very simple up and down, back and forth motion. Every time Josh goes up or down, I insert a piece of river cane, after which Josh will cross back over and repeat. I then cut off the excess, and if it's long enough, I will use it for the next slat for minimal waste. This project requires a lot of cordage, so make sure you have enough. I prefer to use tarred bank line because it grips more efficiently than most other cordage choices. Once your mat is the desired length, cut it free of the loom and use the excess cordage to tie off with. Do this one knot at a time so that your hard work doesn't fall apart. You can use any knot you wish to tie off with. I prefer to use a square lash for its strength and security. Once everything is tied off, cut your mat loose and carry it over to your chair frame. Note you will lose length in your mat without the tension, but don't worry. Once you stake out your mat to the chair frame and tension is reapplied, you will gain the needed length back. Now you will want to stake out the corners using a loop of cordage. I used a double lark's head for the loop, but you can use any old knot that you wish. Start at the head of your mat first, then stake in the foot of the mat, but make sure you pull out all the slack out of the mat, regaining your max length. You may have to adjust your stakes for this, so don't drive them in too deep on the first time. The final stretch now is to finish the backrest. Here I'm using a cross lashing pattern. There are other lashing patterns, but I choose this one because of strength and durability, and it really locks in tight. But not so tight that I can't replace a slat if it was to break. I simply lace up one side, then the other. I leave the river cane uncut until I get a few pieces lashed up so I don't make the mistake of cutting the wrong one too short. Once everything is lashed up, cut off any excess to clean it up, and then sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor.